Hi, what we're going to do is just run through a very simple test with the PicoScope and the multimeter, and we're going to show you the difference between the two components. So we've got our PicoScope here and we've got a test lead. This is the BNC Plus connector, so it clips onto here, and then we look at our sensor. So what we have is an earthing point here with our earth lead on, and then we've back pinned into the back of this little connector here, which is a Hall effect signal, and we put our voltmeter in there, and we put our voltmeter earth into there, and we're going to compare our voltage readings between that and the scope. What we're going to do is we're going to start the car up, and we're going to look at the reading on the scope, and we're going to compare it with the reading on the multimeter. Remember, the connections are exactly the same, but it's what we're going to see on the screen over there that's going to be different. If we look on the voltmeter, 12.72 volts. If we look here, we've got the software, and although software stopped, we've used one of our time rulers to measure what we've got on here. So we've actually got 14.9 volts. So there's a difference in what we're seeing. Everyone has always been taught to use a multimeter, and they are a great product. But the problem that we've got now is that we have a camshaft signal here, and for us to see what we're seeing on this waveform, we're drawing 40 million dots across the screen every second. The reason the voltage is different there to on our multimeter is the refresh rate on the voltmeter is a lot slower to what we're seeing on here. On a waveform, all we're doing is we're looking at the on-off voltages to see what they're doing. And of course, we don't see any of this on the voltmeter, so we're looking for a characteristic exactly the same as this. Square waveform, on, off, on, off, on, off. So we have a bit of interference here, which we can talk about at another point, but all we're doing is looking at a sensor working on, off, and comparing it. So this is the basics of what we do with oscilloscopes. So you can see the whole difference of the difference between the voltage readings and this square reading here of what we've got that's happening, and that's why we use an oscilloscope.